All right, excuse me. And so thank you all for attending this month, and actually we're doing 2 months this month, for the Mayoral Employee Recognition event. It's great to see everybody after the holiday that we just had, spending time with your families, either recharging or depleting your energy, depending on your family. It could be one way or the other. But hopefully batteries recharged and with more good things to come. As this is the end of the year, it's harder to get ourselves together. We got employees trying to take leave and traveling and that type of thing. And so that's why we've combined November's event and December's event into one event. That's why we're recognizing both today. And so we'll be recognizing an employee of the month for November and December, and we'll also be recognizing anyone that's celebrating a milestone anniversary during the months of November or December of 2017. The mayor had conflicting appointments, and so Mr. Olson will be here to stand in his place today as part of the recognition ceremony, and we appreciate his willingness to do that. So thank you, Mr. Olson, for that. So we'll move forward with the Employee of the Month, and so as I mentioned, each and every month we select the Employee of the Month based on who the all-stars are of our team. I heard a really good quote this past week that really kind of stuck in my head, and it's, make sure I get it correct, but it's, do right things and do things right, or do things right and do right things is what it was. And so these are those people that do that time and time again. You can count on them to do what's expected without asking. They come forward with not only what you ask, but or if you have asked anything, but they come up with more to make your life easier. And I think you'll see that this month's employees that have been selected follow with that mindset, just as our past employees that have been nominated have been. And so we'll start with the November 2017 Employee of the Month. She began her employment with the city as a member of the city's team on October 12th of 2015 as a Human Resources Coordinator, which is where she continues to serve today as a member of the Human Resources team. Here's what was written in her nomination. I think as a manager, most of us at least hope our employees show up and do their job. Of course, if we really dare to dream, we hope to find employees that don't just, quote, show up, end quote, to do their job, but show up and do more than expected, more than what is contained in their job description, and more than is reflected on their paycheck. Well, this employee is Natalie Brew. Natalie will jump into whatever is thrown her way. She has participated without complaint and with determination in both of the last days of Caring with United Way. The first involved reading with pre-K students, and the latter involved working in the blistering heat. Literally, she had blisters afterwards to help restore the First Tee Mini Golf, a nonprofit also benefiting kids. But it is really her today contributions that make her the ideal Employee of the Month. Natalie, without prompting, reaches out to other team members and even other departments to help when needed. She has partnered with the clinic to help streamline and speed up the onboarding process, and has reached out to the classification and compensation analyst to help with some tasks that most people would never want to deal with. And she is proactive with her recruiting and training when it comes to looking at ways to enhance our customer experience. She will come in early if needed and stay late without being asked. I can count on her to pick up any slack, and she has become, on her own accord, the expert when it comes to many of our daily tasks. It has been my pleasure over the last several years to watch Natalie grow and expand her knowledge and skill set. I'm lucky to have her as the other half of my team, so you can kind of guess who wrote this, right? So obviously Amy wrote that. But we had another employee that also wanted to add comments to the nomination, and it was Susan Cotton of the fire department. So Susan wrote, Natalie is such an inspiration to me. Her devotion to the job at task and the way she is in constant communication with the departments to make sure all goals are completed. She works well to accomplish all tasks that are before her and then some. Without her expertise and assistance, my job would be so difficult. Nothing but pure admiration for such a team player. So she so deserves the recognition for a job well done. And for these reasons, we'd like to recognize Natalie of Human Resources as our employee.
Good for you.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserved. I think we're going to recognize some other people who probably came in after you were here,
Yep.
who were hired, and maybe you were their first experience with the
Yep.
city. So great job.
Thank you.
We'll have you be the next employee. 2 years is all it takes to be Employee of the
Yeah,
Month, is what
2
I'm saying.
years. you.
All right.
Put that behind you. How do you want that?
Whichever works for you.
Okay.
One more. Got it, thank you.
And for anybody who wants a picture with the mayor in place of me, we can either Photoshop it or you can come upstairs and we'll have the mayor do a substitute.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And you can give a speech if you want.
Just thank you all. It's great to work with everybody, so thanks. Thank you.
That's a setup for anybody else who comes up here.
All right, congratulations, Natalie, and it is a blessing to have you on our team, and I do appreciate all that you do to help us and our customers. Next, we're going to move forward to the December 2017 Employee of the Month. December's recipient began their employment with the city on September 26, 1994 as a public safety cadet, promoted to Police Officer 1 on January 16, 1995, promoted to Police Officer 2 on January 16, 1997, left the city service briefly between November 11th of 98 through July 14th of 2003 when he was rehired as a police officer, and which is where he continues to serve today as a member of the Pensacola Police Department. This is not the first time this person has been named Employee of the Month, and I feel likely it will not be his last. Here's what was written in the nomination. Officer Mike Wood serves as the Public Information Officer for the Police Department, and in doing so, he's quite often placed in the middle of community-related events. Most recently, Officer Wood was tasked with working and helping to ensure the safety of citizens participating in the 2017 Breast Cancer Walk. Anyone that knows Mike would agree that he is probably one of the most easily approached officers in the department. He is both friendly and charismatic, and I have yet to encounter Mike without seeing a big smile on his face. During the oversight of this charity walk, Mike was approached by several citizens, basically challenging him to participate in singing a solo through some of the DJ equipment that had been set up along the walk. Imagine their surprise when he called their bluff, took the microphone, and not only sang, but also danced while singing a Sugar Hill Gang song. Thank goodness someone thought to record the show, as through the video you'll easily be able to see the smiles on everyone's faces as he engaged with them in a little innocent fun. The crowd cheered and laughed for Officer Wood both during and after his routine. When we speak of Employee of the Month, we talk about someone that exhibits what it means to go above and beyond in their duties. Officer Wood took what could have been a lost opportunity had he declined to participate, and instead turned the event into a situation where the community could see that officers are people too. They laugh, they have fun, and are approachable. This was definitely a positive trust-building event between the department and the community. And whether he appreciated it or not, in that moment, Mike was the Pensacola Police Department. He was not the stereotyped, quote, big bad cop that many may perceive our officers to be. The video has gone viral at this point, and it is roughly just over a minute long, but the amount of positivity that he was able to create in that minute for his routine, that is immeasurable, the effect that it could have had. Taking a minute to interact with our citizens only helps to illustrate Officer Wood's passion for his work, our citizens, and the city. And so we're going to take a brief minute, and I'm going to show you guys. And so I wanted to show that. I think it's very important. I didn't show that to try and embarrass Officer Wood. That wasn't the purpose. But you can see through the video that this is truly someone that loves what they're doing. They're doing it with passion, and they're making a big positive influence and impact on the city. And so that's exactly, if I need to approach a police officer about something, this is the most approachable that I think that we could agree. And so it's for these reasons we'd like to recognize Officer Wood as December 2017 Employee of the Month.
All right, yeah. Well, we'll congratulate you, and then we'll give you the mic.
Got it.
No. I'm retired from that. Things got out of control quickly that day. And to be honest with you, after it happened, I was scared to death. I just made a spectacle out of myself in uniform and without prior permission from the administration, so I tried to call the chief and didn't get in contact with him, but I did call Captain Mallett and let him know what happened and gave him the heads up and just hope and prayed it did not go south. So, you know, I was able to memorize a song 10 minutes long in high school, but I couldn't tell you anything about the Constitution, homework, or anything else. So that's how it all happened. But, thanks.
Kind of speechless.
And so I also present to you the last act of kindness that Officer Wood's going to do. I thought it was fantastic, and so congratulations to you, Mike. We had one other employee that was nominated for Employee of the Month for November and December, and just like I do every month, if I was nominated, I'd want to know, and that was Susan Cotton with the fire department. So let's have a round of applause for Susan. All right. Excuse me. All right. Now we're going to, in a minute, we're going to move forward. I'm going to bring some water next time. All right, so now we're going to move forward and recognize the employees that are celebrating a milestone anniversary as being part of the city team. We're going to start with those that celebrate their first year anniversary, and I'll try and let you know the employee, their department, and whether they're celebrating November or December. As I mentioned, we're going to recognize both months. And so we're going to start off with first year anniversary, and the first person is Brian Williams with Public Works, and his anniversary was in November. So please come forward for your one-year certificate.
Congratulations. Thank you. Keep it up. Appreciate it.
I'm going to make it. Next is Mr. Harvey Carroll Jr., Sanitation Fleet Management.
Yeah. Well, they took up all the seats in front this time. Congratulations. Stay with us for a few more.
Congratulations. His anniversary was also going to actually be in December. Molly Matani with Parks and Recreation. 1 year in December.
Congratulations, Molly. Stay with us.
I hope so. All right, thank you.
And last, we have John Randall Pierce with Public Works, celebrating 1 year in December. Is he? There he is.
John, I see you so often. I kind of thought you were here much longer. Yes, all right. That's why I couldn't recognize it.
All right. Next, we're going to move on to, we have 3 employees that are celebrating their 5-year anniversary, either in November or December, as a member of the city's team. And so when we call your name, please come forward for your 5-year pin. And the first is Kelsey Eisenberg with the police department. Is Kelsey here? Yay, Kelsey! I'm keeping her pin. Next is Mr. Robert Weber with the airport.
Oh my God, yes. I'm gonna give that habit up hard.
Is there a story?
Yes, there's a story.
I want to hear it.
Don't tell Holly.
No, you don't. All right, well, tell the mayor when you get back out there. I'll do that.
All right, and then next we have Mr. Roy Gilmore with Tech Resources and Financial Services Department.
One of my go-to people here.
Gotcha, thank you.
Awesome. All right, our next category is 10 years of service as a member of the city's team, and we have 2 employees being recognized. And so when your name's called, please come get your 10-year pin. First is Karen Thompson with Housing. Her anniversary is in November.
Congratulations. 10 good years, 10 good years.
They were fast. Thank you.
All right, and next we have Mr. Don Milton, third, with Pensacola Fire Department. All right, our next category is employees celebrating their 20-year anniversary. We have 2 employees that are doing that either in November or December. And the first is Angela Chanel. 20 years.
All right, everybody knows, right? The secret drawer on the 4th floor. It's my favorite place to be. They do now. They know now. Congratulations. I'll be down later.
Okay, I'll see you later.
It's the candy drawer. It's the City Hall candy drawer, if you didn't know. So, 4th floor, Angela's office.
And next we have Miss Rebecca Donahue with Financial Services Department.
Who would've guessed? 20 years. Here we go. We'll get it right.
Got it. Thank you.
If you haven't been by Rebecca's desk lately, check out the new sculptures.
Sculptures.
Yeah. Little,
Scorpion. And we have one last person who is celebrating their 25 years, a member of the city team. And so when we call your name, come forward for your 25-year pin, and that's Robert Sylvester with the airport.
Yeah, that's right. So everybody knows, the mayor is out at the airport right now, so all the airport employees get to go back out there and get a picture with him. Give him a hard time when you're out there. Congratulations.
All right, absolutely. 25 years. So there were several other employees that were invited to attend, but they weren't able to participate. And so I mention this each and every month. Life happens to all of us, and so we have different people that work different shifts, and so they just weren't able to be here. We'll go through the list. If you're here, please do stand up. We'd like to recognize you if you are here and we haven't called your name. And if not, we'll just have one round of applause at the end for everyone. And so Heather Busby, 1 year with the police department. Joseph McCombs, 1 year with the Pensacola Fire Department. Terry Kerwell Jr., 5 years with the airport. Matthew Miracle, 10 years with Pensacola Police Department. David Whalen Jr., 10 years with Pensacola Police Department. Sean Gray, 15 years with Public Works. And Joel Drew, 25 years with Parks and Recreation. Let's have a round of applause for all those individuals. All right, and so next year, and you've got the whole month, so next year we look forward to continue getting your nominations for your peers. As I mentioned, each and every month this can be for employees that you work with or employees in other departments. It doesn't have to be with someone that's in your assigned department, someone that's helped you on a big project. I can't express the level of gratitude that I feel and appreciation I have for each of you that come and support this event and come out and support our employees that are being recognized. It means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to them as well. And so I hope everybody enjoys the upcoming holidays. And so I'll turn it over to Mr. Olson if he has.
Thank you. Yeah, and once again, Mayor Hayward sends his regrets. There was a kind of a last-minute thing. Somebody was flying in to the airport that he had to meet with in order to try and get more money for the city. So he's doing good work for us out there. He would have been here, and the meeting just ran over. But I know that if he was here, he, hope that all of you did have a good Thanksgiving, and hopefully that is the case. And he'd want to wish you, because this is the last employee recognition until next year, as Edward pointed out. So he just kind of wish you a happy holidays. I know it's going to kind of rush pretty quickly. Today's what, the 29th, 30th? I don't even know what day it is. But I know it's close to Christmas because my neighbor's got a little countdown calendar. So all of you, I know the mayor would want to wish you a safe and happy holidays. Hopefully he'll be able to get out to see a lot of you before then. And I do want to give just a shout out to the police department because some of them have this like caterpillar look going, and and it's quite impressive on some of them. I noticed that Mike didn't have one, but we all have our talents, I guess. So, but it's No Shave November. I don't know if it all comes off at the end of the month or Friday, actually. Friday, okay. So if you see them wandering around and you think, no, these are all the latest undercover look or the 70s, I don't know, it was the 70s, 80s, I don't even know what year, decade that would have been. But, chips. So that's what's going on there. Anyway, again, I hope you all do have a safe and happy holidays. Enjoy your families. Enjoy the time off. Do remember, I know there was a little bit of confusion that do we get the day after Christmas off this year? And yes you do. December 26th is a city holiday now, lines up with the county. So if you hear this rumor that no, we're all coming to work, and I know HR put out the policy on that, but just check with your supervisor, but don't let the rumor go out that is not a city holiday, because it is. And on that happy note, have a good day.
And I should have taken care of this earlier. And so, Mrs. Mallet, if you'll look under your chair, there should be a sticky note on the little knob. It's stuck kind of flat.
Maybe Edward lied.
Where was it?
It's not there.
It says eat more chicken. So there you go. And then the last thing, if you were recognized today, please come up here so that we can get a group photo of everyone that was recognized. And thank you all for coming out and supporting the event.